Hey everybody, it's Judah and Katie. We ran out of time while we were in Washington, so we are finishing up our video here back at home. We're actually in my backyard, and we're going to squeeze the last 3 days of our trip into one video. So buckle up. This is going to be a fun one.
And we're going to speak at double speed.
I'm trying to go as fast as possible. So day 3, we did the Maple Pass Loop. Is that what it's called?
Maple Loop Pass.
Maple Loop Pass.
Which is close enough.
It's 7.2 miles. The trail description said it was possible that there would still be snow on the trail and that we would have to be good at trail spotting, and they were not lying.
Yeah, tons of snow.
Yeah.
And we fell on our asses several times. And the trails were really wandering because there were different people getting lost. But we eventually found our way the right direction, but it was like, oh, I could go there or there or there because there's feet prints in all of these places.
Oh yeah, there was one spot where we stood there kind of for a couple minutes just kind of looking at every diverging pathway, like where are we supposed to go? There
was one fabulous moment where I watched Judah like slowly trying to go down this one little space that was very snowy, and I thought he was going to make it, then whoop into his ass, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do better than that. And so I'm like scooting my way down. I'm totally going to show him up, and then whoop onto my ass. So
that's Katie's butt. Now the funny thing was, there was one point when I was walking behind Katie in a very snowy spot, I was recording and I was like, I'm going to keep this recording the whole time just in case she slips and falls. And she wasn't, and I was like, oh, she's not going to fall. So I shut off my camera, and wouldn't you guess it, as soon as I shut off my camera, she totally just slid out, just landed, boom.
Yeah.
It was, I was bummed. I was like, oh!
There was also one time where my foot just went like maybe more or less my whole leg, like
straight
3 feet
through.
into the snow, and I thought, oh my God, I could be dead, but I'm not. So
that was, for me, this hike made the whole trip. It was so beautiful up there. You start off like walking up, and you like circle this lake that's down in this valley, I guess you call it, with a little island in the middle of the lake. And so you kind of circle it and come out on the other side.
Mountains all around. As
it is a loop. But it was so beautiful. It was breathtaking. I mean, it was tiring.
Yeah. We started to feel like if this doesn't like turn soon, because we kept going up and up and up and up and up, and we're like, are we ever going to go back down?
Yeah. Guys, this trail just does not end. It just keeps going. Keeps going up. You think you make it to the top, and then it just keeps going up. And then it goes up more. And I'm pretty sure that when I get up there, it's not done. There's going to be more up there.
Yeah. We were starting to stress about that a little bit, like, we're going to die.
This trail is marked as moderate to difficult. I think it's a little more difficult than moderate.
We were getting tired.
It felt like it was never going to end.
But just as we were like, I'm about to give up, we made it to the other side, I guess we'll call it. Like, it was like a ridge. It was mostly snow on the one side, and then we made it over, and on the other side it was very like green with wildflowers, so the sun must be hitting that side a lot more. And it was really beautiful on both sides.
I did see a wolverine up there, which apparently is a rarity.
I forgot about that.
I was looking it up just to confirm that it was a wolverine that I saw, and it was indeed a wolverine, but it said that it's
skunk bear.
Yeah, isn't that what? It's very rare to see them, so I feel privileged. I tried to capture it. I have video footage. You'll probably just see, it'll be like a Sasquatch sighting, where it's just this blur shooting across the screen. And we were just talking about how there were spots where the snow was red.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't just like one spot where it's like, oh, something got killed here. It was weird. It was like cascading red snow.
Yeah, kind of like layers of it. And I think we looked it up, and it was some mineral something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember what. Something from the rocks.
But it was very cool. I enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it if you make it out there to do that.
If there's going to be snow, though, get those...
oh, trekking poles, sorry.
Yeah, get trekking poles, or I think, you know, those... I forget what they're called. You put them on your boots or on your shoes, and they bite into the snow.
Yeah.
I forget what those are called.
It
spikes?
was...
Spikes. Hiking spikes.
There was definitely times when I was
helped
like, man, trekking poles would have helped. I think we underestimated the snow coverage. We make it to the other side. As she was saying, it was kind of more green and stuff. And she mentioned how it kind of looks like the Alps.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the French Alps, where I've hiked there just like once.
And I cannot remember, but I swear we read somewhere. I cut you off. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Like the Alps.
Yeah, they like call it the Alps of, I don't know, North America or something. I'm making that up.
Might be true.
They definitely say it's the Alps of, but I can't remember what that specific is.
Yeah.
And it did. It was very. I wanted to bust out in Sound of Music.
It was beautiful, and there lots of like switchbacks, these tiny little trails, and lots of wildflowers, and green. It was just very fresh and felt very spring-like.
I just remembered where the trailhead is, where we have to park. They have warnings about where you park because the trees had been falling down, and there were like these massive trees that clearly had fallen over recently, and they had just like cut them and moved the chunks. So I was like thinking we could come back and our car just be like completely crushed.
Yeah, and I didn't buy the extra insurance. So
we would have had some explaining to do had that happen. But that was a fantastic trail. It made the whole trip for me. It was great. I was glad I got to share that with Katie. We headed back, but we decided we were going to go try one of the restaurants that was near us. And we went there. It said that Bigfoot eats here. We got a photo of that. Is that what it said? Or did it just say Bigfoot was here? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
One of those.
I generally don't eat out, but I decided I was going to get some nacho chips. And I probably ate maybe 5, and then I was like, I'm good. So I just left this big...
Yeah. It wasn't that great. I don't remember what it was. But it wasn't horrifying either. It just wasn't that great.
I just was like, whatever. You tried a bunch of their different, or 2? Did you try 2 of their beers or 1?
Oh, maybe. Was it a brewery?
Yeah, they had like their special.
I don't remember.
Okay. Anyway.
But I'm sure I drank a beer or 2.
She did. I needed to use the bathroom because those chips were working through me. I go into their bathroom and I was pleasantly surprised to see a giant Sasquatch standing there peeing into the toilet. It was a silhouette painted on the wall, but still it was fantastic. I took a photo of it as I was pooping my guts out and sent it to Katie.
Did you compare?
No, I didn't.
With big
I didn't
foot?
even want to.
You know what they say about guys with big feet?
No, there was no... In fact, I put toilet paper over his eyes so that he couldn't see me when I was going to the bathroom.
That's fair.
But I was like so excited. I wanted to know what they put in the girls'
How
bathroom.
excited?
So excited. I was extremely excited. I sent it to Katie and I was like, Katie, you need to go into the girls' bathroom. I want to know what it is they have painted in there.
There's no lady Sasquatch.
I'm super bummed about this.
Yeah. I was the biggest lady Sasquatch in there.
So that was...
No one compares.
I think that's pretty much all we did for that 3rd day. And then our plans changed because so many of the trails that I had listed, like we mentioned like in our first episode, were 4 hours away.
Or longer than we wanted to hike.
Yeah, exactly. Like oh my gosh.
Pretty long, like 14, 15 miles.
Way more than what I could handle at that point. So we switched up our plans. Katie went, did you get was it an Airbnb or a hostel? Well, where we were changing places
the lady?
to sleep. Yeah.
With the lady.
The lady.
Airbnb.
Okay, so she found an Airbnb. We switched up our plans, and we were going to relocate, do some different trails in a different location, and do a city day. When I was in my tent, kind of just planning actually for our next trip, I was looking up best trails in the U.S. and I noticed that there was a trail in Washington. It was like number 7 for best trails in the U.S. and I noticed that it was essentially on our way to Seattle. It was called Rattlesnake Ledge Trail. And I said, Katie, one of the best 10 best trails in the U.S. is just an hour and a half away from us.
And I think then I found that Snoqualmie Falls is nearby.
Yes.
So we were like, we can do both of those.
So we got up the next day and we stopped somewhere for Katie to eat. And I wasn't interested. As I said, I don't really do out to eat stuff. And from the experience I had the night before.
Was it breakfast sandwich?
Yeah, it was breakfast
sandwich.
I was like, no, I have no interest. So I was walking around while she was doing that. And I went to go visit the Funko Pop factory. And I didn't go in, but I just walked around it, and they had fun stuff. Now, I'm not a Funko Pop fan, but it was fun to see the huge, like 6-foot-tall Funko Pops that they had decorating the outside of their building. I also went to some like art museum that was free, and that was filled with quite a...
Do you know what town we were in?
I don't.
No. Okay.
We could find out by figuring out where the Funko Pop factory is at.
True.
But I walked around, and then she sent me a message. She's like, I'm done. So we got back on the road. We headed to the Rattlesnake Ledge Trail. Again, I was under the impression, top 10 best hikes in the U.S. When I was done, the best I could say is the top 10 most okayest trail in the U.S.
I think that it was just a very popular trail because it's close to the city, and it's accessible, it's easy. It's not that long.
I don't.
And it does have a great view.
It is nice,
but it's very crowded.
When you tell me it's one of the top 10, my expectations are like way up here.
Yeah.
So I was super let down. But I think she's right. It had been visited and rated by so many people that it was definitely going to be in the top 10 simply because of how many people rated it a good rate. And how, you know what I mean? There's probably better trails, but fewer people go because it's not as accessible. So I was let down by that. And then we went to the Snoqualmie Falls.
Yeah, we went to Snoqualmie Falls, which was really beautiful. I don't think we really did much of a hike there, right?
No,
we just kind of went
it
to
was
the
closed.
Multiple,
yeah,
multiple outlets.
The hike was closed. But what I didn't know, and what I'm super thrilled, as I mentioned in our first episode, the Douglas fir trees and my excitement because of the connection to Twin Peaks, this is what they use for the entry photo of Twin Peaks, the hotel. And so the gift shop there had a bunch of Twin Peaks.
Yeah, there's like a lodge right by the waterfall,
yeah.
And that's the image you'll see.
So I was thrilled. It was a pleasant surprise to visit the actual place where they filmed the intro for Twin Peaks. So that was very fun for me.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. Again, it was pretty crowded.
It was.
But it was worth the visit for
Then
sure.
we headed to what is quite possibly the most memorable experience of our trip, the Airbnb.
It was super colorful.
It was.
Everything was painted a mixture of sort of bright, I don't know, maybe like Florida colors. I don't know what kind of.
They came from Florida.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why. Lots of bright colors, and then well, actually, they'd even painted a mural on their neighbor's house across the street. I don't remember what that mural was of. Do you? I'm sure we have a photo.
It's just like a landscape that I will post up here.
And then like all the doors in the house had murals on them.
Our refrigerator.
The refrigerator
had a mural on. It was. She had it set up so that each room housed different guests. So it wasn't just
quite
like
a lot of people in the house.
She lived there, and then she had, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think she had 6 rooms that she rented out to different people. So while we were there were other guests.
When we arrived, she was very friendly, very talkative. She offered me wine.
Yes, we have a photo where I look like I'm about to poop myself. I'm not sure what was going on there. I looked very uncomfortable. Katie looks excited.
I'm very calm, very happy with my wine.
She was making plans to go dancing because that was one of the big things of changing plans so that she could get some dancing in.
Salsa.
I stayed back and just slept. and spoke to the host of the home. She's an interesting woman, and talked to the other guest. Oh, she was South African.
Yeah.
And then another African woman, can't remember, Kenya, she came to stay. And then there was another woman from another country in the Asia area, India type area. But we all sat down, and they had a nice girl chat while I sat there. And
I was not a part of this.
No, she was not there.
I just heard about it later.
And I just awkwardly sat there as the only white male involved, as they definitely talked about their hatred for men. It was a fun experience, and
one that every white man should have.
Yeah, I said very little
throughout
this whole thing.
You might have been taken down.
It was interesting. It was fun. I mean, it was awkward, but I wouldn't exchange that experience for anything. But the house was interesting. It was
ooh, we heard an owl. We had the window open, or I heard an owl.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't hear
there was animal action going on.
There was an owl hooting outside my window. That was exciting.
So that was day 4, pretty much. And our last day, we decided we're going to do a city trip.
Oh, I did dance.
Oh, yeah. Well, tell us about the dance.
It was underwhelming. That's about it.
Okay, well...
Apparently, everyone there dances early, and I'm used to, if you show up early, you're just sitting there waiting. And so I showed up late, and it was already less crowded. And some guy was like, we have to work tomorrow, and I was like, okay.
Wow. Wow, Katie.
Okay.
Think of the locals. Hello.
It's like, I don't know. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know about that.
It was okay, but it wasn't great. I had a few dances.
So... our plan was to do the city trip, and we were gonna drive, but then our host was like, you know what, you should really she's like, there's a bus stop just down here. She's like, just take the bus. She's like, Seattle loves people taking the bus. They love it, which is a weird thing
I believe that,
to hear. So Katie and I bought a day pass for the bus. I was freaked out because I'm not a big, public transportation person. In fact, the reality is that when I was very little, my dad thought it would be fun to treat me to the experience of riding a bus. And my mom was against it. They argued about it. She was like, it's not safe. And he was like, it's going to be fine. And we did the bus ride, and wouldn't you know it, that bus got in a car accident, hit another car, and I didn't understand that my dad and my mom were arguing about the bus ride and her not wanting me to go. It wasn't till after, when my dad was kind of laughing, and I was like, what's so funny? And he was like, well, your mom didn't want me to take you. She said it was dangerous. And I said everything was going to be fine. And he's like, in here, the bus gets in an accident. And he's like, that's why I'm laughing, because he's like, it. So that was my only experience with buses. And when Katie was, after this, our host suggested this, and Katie was like, well, you want to do it, Judah? I was like, well, are you going to protect me, Katie? Are you going to keep me safe?
I am.
And she's like, I got you.
I'm the biggest Sasquatch on the bus.
Exactly. So we did the bus. It was fine. It was another experience that I can now say, but I would have never done it on my own. I had to have my security blanket here.
We managed it, and also they didn't even look at our passes or scan them. So she was right. They do just love it when people use the bus. We walked on and we tried scan. Like, we couldn't scan, and he was just like, whatever. And then other times when we got on, we saw people there was no even like pretending like they had a pass. They were just like, and they just got on with no qualms whatsoever about just getting on this bus. But the city trip, I'm not a city guy. I like my hikes, my country views. I don't like big crowds. So I tried to find something, but I know Katie you do like the city. I do like the city, yeah.
And since it was our trip, I didn't want to be a big dick and be like, no, I'm not doing any city stuff. So I tried to find something in the city that I would at least somewhat be interested to do, that she wouldn't want to do at all, and still force her to go do it, which was the Pop Culture Museum and the Ye Old Curiosity Shop, were the two things that I was like, well, I wouldn't mind going to see these things. So we went to the Pop Culture Museum, and I paid extra for this anime manga display that was there for a short time, and the whole experience was a letdown. I would be way more excited like 20 years ago. Disney killed Star Wars.
Yeah, it wasn't that exciting.
The manga anime thing was not worth the extra cost. It was totally boring.
Yeah. However, I mean, there was some fun stuff like Star Trek outfits and memorabilia, and X-Files stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of neat, but it was a little underwhelming. It wasn't very big. There was like a tower of guitars
and a couple random other instruments thrown in there. But I ended up feeling really bad that I dragged Katie into that. And there was only a couple, like the horror and the sci-fi section was somewhat cool to me, but it was not worth the price at all that I paid to get in. Plus seeing her in agony, I was
not in agony.
I was like, this sucks.
I was fine.
I felt so bad. It was horrible. But I'm going to throw in there a short snippet of when she got so just tired of it, she just sat down and let me just keep walking around by myself. I was spying on her up from above, and I'm like, yep, there's Katie enjoying this experience of a lifetime right here. Well, there's Katie fully engaged at the Museum of Pop Culture. Glad that forced her to come here. Yeah, I felt bad. And then
I'm just tired of walking in general.
And then we kind of just chilled out for a long time, trying to figure out what else were we going to do.
There was some music happening outside on some steps.
Yes.
Behind the museum. We hung out there for a while.
Which that brings me to something I found very funny. You have these street performers, and they have signs set up that basically say, if you take a photo or a video of us, we expect a tip. And I found that very funny.
Well, that was at the public market.
It was, but it was also outside of the drummer.
Is it called the public market?
Pikes Peak.
Pikes Market.
Yeah. Is it
Pikes Place?
Pikes Place. There we go.
Is that it?
We went there too.
Pikes Place Public Market? Whatever.
But we saw these people with cat masks on that had that sign.
And there was an accordion. That was exciting.
And so I was thinking, I guess that's smart, but that seems a little weird that you're kind of demanding people. If somebody's just walking through the market and they happen to get you in their photo and yet you're demanding. Anyway, it was weird to me.
Yeah. I ate a lot of food at the market.
She did. I mean, I'm glad she got to experience that, but I'm not...
I honestly don't remember everything I had, though. I know I had bagel and lox, and I had some really tasty tacos. But I think I ate something else there, too. I feel like I had a third thing.
We stopped. Where did we stop? Right, we were leaving.
Coffee shop.
And we walked back. You were like, wait, I heard this place has really good... And so we actually backtracked. Was it the
tacos, though?
No. It was...
Oh, wait, did I get...
It was root beer.
Clam chowder.
Was it clam chowder?
Yeah, and not root beer, but it was something like that. It was... what was
I don't know. Doesn't matter. There's a thing right there.
What thing?
There's that thing.
Space Needle.
It's the Space Needle. I guess people care about that.
It wasn't mead.
It was more goodness that she wanted to try out.
Yeah, what? Some kind of soda or juice.
It was a drink. I think it was a drink.
It was, but
I can't remember what it was.
It was.
But I'm not a market guy, but it was kind of fun walking through it and experiencing. I mean, like you mentioned, you got to see somebody throw a fish and them sing songs.
Yeah, we saw them throw a fish. Heard the songs.
We randomly
saw the water.
Walked into some corridor area that every inch of the wall is just covered in gum.
Oh yeah, the famous gum wall.
And there's a guy, a tour guide with the tour group there.
Guys, hold on. Look, a fuzzy guy just landed. Can you see him on my thumb?
Eat it,
I don't
Katie.
know if you can. He just landed on my chair. I won't.
I was like, is she gonna do that?
No way. I'm gonna put him in the grass.
But this tour guide did mention, he said they clean it off once a year.
Oh.
And
scrape it off?
Yeah.
I don't think I realized that.
There is a lot of gum on there. It's
Lots
disgusting.
It's kind of cool though.
It is.
It's gross, but it looks cool.
We got photos, but at the same time, I'm talking about it and I'm getting kind of...
Did I put gum on there?
I don't think so.
I was pretending maybe.
Yeah.
To eat it.
To get it, yeah. I'm getting kind of gaggy thinking about it. Kind of gross.
That we also went to your old
curiosity shop. Now, it's kind of just a tourist trinket shop in its core, but it has a lot of cool like displays. Like up on the ceiling is covered with interesting things. They have a display with mummies. They got some old stuff. It was really cool. They have this like 6-foot long dork, and for those of you who don't know, a dork is a whale penis.
Oh, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
There were also like two-headed
cow. Yeah.
Calf.
Yep.
And like, so I think there was a two-headed snake. So there's a lot of like taxidermied things.
Curiosities, one might call them.
Yeah. Teeth. Shark teeth.
Yes. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it's a small
fun.
shop.
And then like a lot of Bigfoot stuff and cards and like silly things.
Yes.
Like whoopee cushions, you know.
Exactly.
Fun stuff.
It's a very silly but also coolly decorated place.
Yeah.
That, you know, it wasn't...
Not
I don't know
huge.
if I'd go way out of your way to go see it, but
we
were down there, so it was like, why miss it? Just the walking around itself was quite fun. There was a few guys that had a band that were down there hustling. They all had like a stack of CDs in their arms that they were like trying to get people interested to buy. And of course, every one of them hit us up trying to get us to take. And I wasn't picking up on the fact that they'd hand you the CD and they were expecting you to give them money. I didn't get that. I was involved with the music scene at one time, and when I was, the idea was you just wanted to get your music out there, so you were passing out demos and you weren't expecting anything back. The fact that somebody would listen to it was payment enough, but these guys, they wanted cash, and I didn't get that, and Katie explained that to me. They want money. So the last guy to try to push it off on me, I said, "Are you wanting money for this?" And he went, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, I'm not trying to take any cheese out of your macaroni, but if you got some cash." And that was, to me, one of the funniest things.
Good. I never heard that before.
Yeah, it was great. And of course, another one of the buddies, and not to embarrass Katie, but he gave me a fist bump for my hot woman here, and I thought that was kind of funny. I just gave him the fist bump, and I was sitting down. I fist bumped her, and I just kind of looked at Katie, and that was the extent of it.
Sexy Sasquatch right here.
Exactly. I wasn't like, "Ew, she's my stepsister. Get out of here."
Although on a previous trip, somebody suggested we were married, and I said, "Ew."
She did. She went ew, and I was like, "Damn, thanks, Katie." And gosh, okay. So honestly, it was a fun experience, even though I'm not a city person, and I still feel bad that I dragged her into that pop culture. Oh, but you did do some thrift shopping, and you bought that sweet ass shirt.
Yeah, I bought a very cool shirt that's pretty similar to this one.
It's very similar to this shirt.
It's pretty different in fabric, but it's also got tigers on it.
It has big cats on it.
It's pretty good.
Which is funny though, because
I think you'll see an image of it.
Yeah, she'll send me the photo. When she showed it to me at the shop, I was like, well, obviously that screams you.
That's true.
They had a sitting spot for the men there, where there was an N64 set up there, you know, on a small like 13-inch color TV. It was funny. It was a fun experience. I wouldn't go back. I mean, when we were leaving, the host of the home was like, "Come back and visit again," and I'm thinking, nah, I'm good.
I'd go back to Seattle, because we didn't spend that much time there.
Talking about it, I mean, It was a good experience.
Yeah, it was fun.
I mean, we got
I ate a lot of food in one day, and I could eat a lot more food in multiple days. Very tasty food. But yeah, I had my first clam chowder ever, and it was very tasty.
I did not. Oh! This is another, again, I kind of left this trip, it's not being in my top 10 or top 5 kind of thing.
Ginger ale! It was ginger ale.
Was it ginger ale? Okay.
I think.
You know, leaving, being glad that I was able to take a trip and do it, and glad and grateful that Katie, you know, helped provide for it and keep me safe in the city. But I was also kind of like, it was an okay trip. Not a it was just the okayest trip. Well,
I mean, of the trips we've done,
yes,
it wasn't the most magical as far as vistas.
But weeks after our trip, something that occurred that makes the trip more great now in hindsight is when we were walking through Pike's Place. Pete's Place? Pike's Place.
Pike's Place.
Pike's Place. I did see an illustrator.
Oh, yeah.
As we were just walking through the booths. I looked off to the side and I saw this illustrator. Now, you don't know it, but since February, I have been working on a board game. And I've been looking for an illustrator, and I had one locked in. And I saw this illustrator, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go grab this card just in case something happens to the one that I have locked in. Katie and I keep walking. I turn around, I run back. I don't say anything to the woman there. I just grab the card and run back to Katie. And then we get back home. The illustrator that I had locked in calls me and she's like, man, things are just not working out. I don't have the time. I'm sorry. You know, good luck. I can't do it. So I had this business card. I reach out to Wendy Chen and I explained to her my game, and she said that she had been looking for something like this to, you know, help propel her craft or feature her work, and she was excited about it. So we have now joined. She is a partner in the creation of this game. I really love her illustrations, and she's going to be doing all the illustrations for my game. So, in hindsight,
sweet.
Very excited about this. Very, extremely excited. And also, keep an eye on my other channels because I will start announcing when the Kickstarter for this board game will come out. I would love your support.
Yay.
Which, by the way,
I've played it. It's cool.
Yes, she helped. She actually helped fashion some of her critique, helped fashion some new portions of the game. My other channel is called Creepin' It Real. I do horror reviews there. I will probably make the announcement of the game on that channel and not here, simply because I generally only post once a year because of our trips. That's it. That was our Washington trip, but
stay tuned.
We may
maybe
get another trip this year in and out of states. I'm going to go and get my passport taken care of next week, so we may do another trip. Yeah, exactly. Keep those fingers crossed.
It might be epic.
It could be.
Could be.
I can't see it being
unepic.
Anyway, I'm Judah.
Katie.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you maybe in a few months or next year. Thanks.
Bye.